Hey guys, welcome to the channel. In this video, we'll be taking a look at the brand new visual / vibe coding tool from the FlutterFlow team called DreamFlow. Now, DreamFlow was just released on Friday, so we're taking a first look to see how it stacks up against incumbent tools like Lovable and V0. To test out DreamFlow, we'll create a basic app for tracking your dreams. After we've done that, we'll repeat the process with Lovable and compare the two. We'll definitely be making more in-depth content on the subject soon, but for now, let's have a look. If you're interested in this type of material and would like to know more, please like and subscribe. Okay, so to start here, we have the DreamFlow starting page. This, if you've used any of the other tools, looks pretty familiar. You can see here we have some integrations. Okay. Firebase coming soon, Supabase coming soon. Okay, cool. So that would be interesting to see what happens with that, but definitely important. So to get started with our app, we're gonna need a prompt. So as I mentioned before, what we want to do is create an app that is focused on tracking dreams. So to come up with a prompt, I've kind of gone into ChatGPT here, given it a basic overview of what I want the app to be, and then asked it to essentially generate a prompt for V0 or Lovable. Now you may want to do it like this or not, but find it's an easy way to get a good starting place for a prompt. So let's go ahead and drop that in here, and we'll just go ahead and send it and see what happens. Okay, so it's definitely taking some time to create this app. It is giving us some information here in terms of what it's doing. A second ago, it had a nice little outline of what it wants to do, and it seems like now we're starting to generate the code. Alrighty, so we're still generating here. It's definitely taking some time to work through it. Assuming this will probably get a little bit quicker as the tool matures. But I just noticed here, this is really cool, the edit in FlutterFlow coming soon. So we're going to see about getting access to this. But if they pull this off correctly, it really has the ability to address a lot of the issues that we're still seeing with tools like Lovable and V0. Very curious to see how they do this. One option, of course, would be just to export whatever you're doing as kind of like a custom widget or something, but I think the value there is limited because you're not really getting full control. Now, if they're able to pull this off in a way where you get something that is actually workable in the FlutterFlow editor, this is a game changer and really bridges the gap for these tools. We'll have to see what they do, but the potential here is insane. Okay, so looking at what it's building here, you can see it's just starting with some of the theme stuff, and then we're going down. We have the empty dreams, we have dream cards, the dream recording a dream page, dream timeline, dream details. So it's really building a lot of stuff, and now I guess here we're rounding it out with the main dart. I'm assuming this is probably the last thing here. Looks like it. Okay, let's take a look. Moment of truth. What do we get? Okay, here we go. So let's have a look. There's some insights. We've got the dreams, ability to record a dream. Let's have a look what this looks like on mobile. Okay. So let's see what happens here. I dream that I was sailing a boat to Fiji. And let's just say this was lucid and save. Okay, let's see. Cool. All right, so we've got a little coming soon sections for the insides. Okay. And then we have the individual dream. Okay. So that went a little weird, but that's okay. Let's see what happens here if we record another dream. Let's go lucid, or maybe we'll do this and nightmare. Let's see. Okay, so we definitely broke something here. See if we change the view. Okay, there we go. So now we're back. And I'm so curious if these filters are working. So we have this. And they are. Awesome. Okay, so we're definitely missing some of the pages here. You can see that. But that is to be expected. But it's working. That's really cool. So one thing I do want to try out here is if we just look at it. We can favor it. Let's go back. Wow. I mean, off a very basic prompt, it adhered roughly to the design that we lined out. It was, not very detailed, but this is in line with the other app we were referencing. The functionality, the key functionality that we described is there. And this would be a great starting point. Again, like if I can take this and just send it into FlutterFlow and start building based off of this, the power here is insane. I mean, this is really, it takes the best pieces of both worlds if it can work the way that it should. Very curious to see what happens here. So for comparison here, just to kind of give us a baseline, I did want to go over to Lovable and just grab this prompt to see what it comes up with. Obviously this is kind of the big kid on the block for now. So if you're going to compare yourself, you probably compare yourself to these guys. All right, so let's see. We're spinning up the preview. Very good. Okay, so right off the bat, we do see that it's giving a little bit more context in terms of what it's doing, but I believe that DreamFlow had this as well. It just went away once it started coding. And we can see the code being built. Okay, so we just finished building. Let's take a look here. So right off the bat, we can see if we're kind of comparing them, it did definitely take inspiration from the reference app a little bit more in terms of the styling. We probably can dial this in here more. Let's say overall, it's a little bit cleaner in terms of adhering to the task. You can see here this added in this extra tab, which I don't think we mentioned in the prompt. But overall, definitely similar in terms of the main components. So let's go ahead and add the plus button and see what happens here. Okay, so we have a little bit more detail here. So let's see. So let's go peaceful. Okay, just adds it right away. That's nice. Okay, so we can look at the details. We are missing some detail. Oh, okay, no, it's right here. Nice. So you can see here, I mean, side by side, I would say probably the Lovable right now is a little bit cleaner. Obviously, they've been around also for longer. But a lot of the same functionality is there based on the same prompt. So for a tool that only came out 3 days ago, I'm impressed, and I'm excited to see what happens here with this ability to pull this straight into FlutterFlow and use that as a starting point for full app builds. All right, so is this the Lovable killer? I'm not sure yet. Considering that DreamFlow was just launched 3 days ago, I'm very impressed with what it delivered. The potentially huge advantage that DreamFlow has, of course, is the connection to FlutterFlow. If we can take a prompt-generated app and effectively bring it into FlutterFlow and make finishing touches there, that's something none of the other visual coders can do. I'm very excited to see what happens over the next few months. Now, the question is, do you think that DreamFlow can compete with Lovable in V0? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. If you're new here, please like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.